What's up guys, JV2017 here with another Destiny tips and tricks video, and yesterday someone uploaded a video to YouTube of a glitch they encountered while playing Destiny. Now this glitch revealed a ton of content that we can expect to be released in future DLC. So in this video we are going to look at 16 individual screenshots highlighting each new piece of content that was revealed in that video. So if you are interested, link to the original video is in the description below. Our first set of screenshots are located on the Earth. Now before we get into the specifics, I want you guys to pay attention to what is in red on top of this strike. It says the Dark Below expansion required. Now we know for sure that Destiny has officially announced the first two expansions for this game. The first of which is called the Dark Below, and the Dark Below is set to release in December of this year. So this is some very compelling information because the Jovian Complex is also a place where people were wondering what's going on here. This is an interesting area in Earth. It's unmarked. What's the deal basically? And reading the description, it has to do with the Hive, this strike does. And to find their master and purge them all, which is again some interesting stuff. So we'll have to see exactly what it's about when we play the Dark Below. This next bit of information here is just a story mission. This activity is called the Veil Lifted. Again, it has to do with the Hive, but more importantly, it requires the Dark Below. Continuing with this trend, this next screenshot again requires the Dark Below and has to do with the Hive, and it's called the Seeding, another story mission located on the Earth. Now, this screenshot right here, guys, is some very compelling information. This story mission requires the House of Wolves, which is the second of the announced expansions by Bungie. And so this expansion is set to release in early 2015. If I had to guess, it's probably the first quarter of 2015. And it's called Gone to Ground, and it has to do with the Queen. Now, I'm not going to speculate exactly what's going on with the story here, but we do know for sure that it has to do with something with the Queen, and that's very interesting information. Now we have transferred over to the moon, and this next bit of information here is the strike activity, and it doesn't have an official name. It says expansion to Moonstrike, so requires the House of Wolves. It also says that, and it looks like they just really haven't decided what's going on here, so I'm not even going to speculate. It even has that weird code language on there, moon_portal_1. I don't know what's going on here. So we know that there will be another strike on the moon with the House of Wolves expansion. This is a story mission requiring the Dark Below. That's the first one once again, and it has to do with the Hive summoning Crota, and we don't want that. So that's another story mission. This is probably one of the biggest pieces of information in this video. This pretty much is the next raid we're going to be playing in Destiny. It's called Crota's End. Again, we're on the moon, and again, using context clues, this probably has to do with fighting Crota. And I'm not sure what Crota is, but I do know that he is Hive related. He's a Hive enemy, and we're going to be playing this strike in December, which is some really exciting information. So again, I'm not going to speculate on the specifics, but here it is. And so we have transferred now over to Venus, and we're looking at another story mission requiring the second expansion. And again, it has to do with the Queen and tracking down wolves to find what they've stolen from the Awoken. And there's a little more, clues about what we're going to be doing in that expansion as a whole. The next little screenshot here. Okay, so I uploaded a video yesterday saying, oh my god, is this the new raid? Blah, 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 blah on Venus. However, this screenshot right here basically proves me wrong. And the Citadel, which is the area that I explored in my video I uploaded yesterday, is actually going to be part of a story mission. Very clearly it says, ascend to the top of the Vex stronghold on Venus and assassinate the Wolves' Kell. So it's not a raid, it is just a story mission. I'm kind of disappointed because the Vex Stronghold seems like a place where you'd put a raid, Bungie. I don't understand. But anyways, here we are. It's another story mission. Okay, so now we have gone to the Reef, and right here we have what appears to be the third raid of Destiny, requiring the House of Wolves, which is again the second expansion, releasing in early 2015. right here. It's called the Reef Raid. Just kidding. That's just a placeholder. I guess they haven't really decided what it is. They also have a placeholder description saying Reef Raid description. So again, I'm not going to speculate on what this is. I have no clue. But if I had to guess, it has to do with the Queen, because we are in the raid. Sorry, not the raid, the reef. Okay, so we are going back to Mars now. We're going to Mars, and this right here is another strike called the Hypogeum. And this seems to delve in more into the actual story that we played in, you know, the base vanilla version of the game. The description reads, "The resurrection of the Black Garden has begun. Stop the Vex before the garden's heart beats again." So they're trying to revive the Black Garden, which is crazy stuff, to be honest. This requires the first expansion. And here, you guys probably, if you're playing on PlayStation, you're thinking, okay, JV, I already got this. Why are you covering it? It's because Xbox players do not have the Dust Palace. And so I'm just showing that we will get this eventually. Xbox players will get the Dust Palace strike. I know nothing about it, but I know that information for sure, that we will get it at some point. Okay, so we even have more information here. Right here is in the Vanguard Strike playlist. So what we're looking at is a new little, you know, playlist thing that has appeared in the top left, requiring the Dark Below. So I believe, if I had to guess, that this is just another playlist that's set at level 26, because right now we only have to choose from 18, 20, 22, 24, and 28. There's kind of a gap there. So I believe they're just filling the gap here, adding a level 26 strike playlist here. And then this next screenshot requires the House of Wolves, which is the second expansion, and this is a level 28 strike playlist. So I think the key difference between this playlist and the Nightfall playlist is that it won't have the ridiculous modifiers, and it also won't give you the ridiculously awesome loot that you get from completing the Nightfall strike. So also keep that in mind. Another piece of information we have here is just a little look at what the Iron Banner icon, I guess, will look like. We already know that the Iron Banner is coming in October. I will be covering that on my channel, but here's a little placeholder for now. And then I believe this is the final screenshot we have. This is some compelling information as well, because this says only the worthy may face the trials of Osiris. And I believe that Osiris is one of the factions that got cut from the main game that they're going to introduce in expansions. I'm calling it right now. I'm not sure, but I am calling it. My speculation is that Osiris will be some kind of new faction that will come up in one of these expansions. So that's pretty cool information. And that's really all I have for you guys. So if you learned something new in this video, please remember to click that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Also, don't forget that this is your #1 destination for Destiny content. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you all next time. Peace.